Hello everybody, welcome to episode number 3 of Chemically Bonded. We're gonna hop right into things. Recap time. We joined the science club. We are fascinated with beef sandwiches, apparently. I was drawing some parallels to the previous Let's Play I did. Shameless plug, go check it out. Sounds of Her Love. And we met Naomi for like 10 seconds, and that was that. So that's pretty much all I got for you. Let's just do it. Let's do the darn thing. I've never been a fan of beef sandwiches imported from abroad. Domestic cuisine is more than enough. Reaching into my pocket, I feel around for any loose coins. The pang of realization hits me as my fingers rummage around inside, looking for any hints of change. Damn. The only option now is to head back to class. I could have sat down somewhere and joined in with one of my groups, but even then, I'll be the only one without food. Turning around, I make my way out of the cafeteria with a less than stellar expression of neutrality on my face as I watch myself pass by the glass-framed posters on the wall. That was a sentence, man. That was a sentence and a half. The corridor is filled by a state close to silence as I walk down, listening to my footsteps tapping against the hard floor below. Dust wafts around in the warm spring air, glowing in the afternoon sun now shining through windows lining the walls. For now, all I can do is wait around in class for afternoon lessons to start. If I'm lucky, I can find someone to talk to there. By the way, I was looking at the achievements for the game, and there are 3 acts, and we're currently on Act 1. We did the prologue before. That was kind of the first 2 episodes, and I saw there was a good ending for both girls, but there wasn't a bad ending, so I'm assuming we can't get a bad ending, so that's already epic. Okay, back to the game. As I take my next step down the corridor, a hand clasp around my shoulder tightly, pulling me back. If I had actually managed to get some lunch, I'm fairly certain I would have shat myself.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh. By the way, we've already decided we're picking Naomi. Like she's a girl and a half. Tomboy. That's what sold us last time. Hey. As I'm spun around by my shoulder, before me stands Naomi Sato with a sharp glare on her face, the very same Naomi Sato from yesterday. The popular, attractive, and in my opinion, the somewhat rude Naomi Sato. As a nice close-up. If it wasn't for yesterday, I wouldn't have recognized her sporting her new getup. Hair done into a ragged ponytail as the lengths in front of her ears flow down to her chest. By the way, this is my favorite hairstyle, like ponytail. Like, it doesn't get better than that, like honestly. I don't think I've seen her like this before. That was a nice pan.
I have something I want to ask you.
I can't possibly think what she wants to talk about after yesterday. Maybe she's just pissed that I'd bump into her. Maybe she's just pissed that I'd bumped into her. Yeah.
You were hanging about with Kyoko yesterday, weren't you?
And what if I was? The entire thing is none of her business after all, especially since my tie is now firmly within her grip, almost enough to choke me if she pleased. Please choke me, I'm begging. I'm just begging for it. Interrogating people doesn't help. Why does it matter to you anyway? Standing my ground doesn't particularly help the situation. She continues to stare at me with a look more than pissed as my tie is pulled tighter around my neck. Just what is her problem?
I just want to know why she's hanging around with you. That's all. And why does it matter if it matters to me?
Because it seems as if you have a problem. Naomi pulls down on my tie, further tightening it around my neck. Arg. I've joined the science club, alright? What's wrong with that?
The science club? So that's what she's up to. If I was you, I'd stay away from her. That's not just advice, either.
Basking in the afternoon sunlight, I appear to be getting threatened by the most popular girl in school. If this is what she's really like, then she really ticks all the cliches. Unless it's just me she has a problem with. The more I stand here, the more I think that's the case. Her eyes, still fixed towards mine, carry an uncannily natural sense of anger as she still clutches my tie tightly, frowning all the while. I'm gonna turn down the music a notch, just a bit of a notch. I'm gonna go right. Yeah, that's probably good. Epic. Luckily enough, we're the only ones around in the corridor. Lunch doesn't end for a while, so nobody's around to witness us. You know, I've never had a girl this close to me before. I can almost feel her breath against my face. She's close enough that I could probably kiss you. Nice. Naomi pushes me back despite remaining hold of my tie. It's like she's intentionally trying to choke me. What was that for?
You're being disgusting! You can't just say things like that!
I was joking.
I haven't got time for your jokes. I asked you a question, alright?
I told you, I'm in the science club. Why would a popular girl like you have an issue with Kyoko anyway?
That's none of your concern! I don't have an issue. And how does a guy like you know who I am? What's your name?
Naomi yanks at my tie. I'm Markapi. You're the captain of the track team. Everyone knows who you are. Releasing me from her grip, my tie falls to my chest as Naomi remains with her eyes fixed in my direction, now seeming somewhat calmer.
Dealing with Kyoko is not worth your time. That's all. Telling you bluntly is the only way you'd understand.
A bit too bluntly, might I add, Naomi rests her hands at her side, still facing me with a less than pleased expression. I don't think choking me has made it any clearer. I didn't even recognize you with that new hairstyle at first.
You like it?
I guess it suits you.
Ew!
Her face contorts in response to my compliment. I guess she really doesn't like me. But we like her the most.
Just leave Kyoko alone. She's not someone you should be involved with.
I wonder what Kyoko and Naomi's relationship is that she would not want us to get involved. This is, the plot thickens, as they say. This is getting quite interesting. I should probably be the one saying that, given how she acted yesterday and her overly inquisitive actions today. Realizing it, though, has given Naomi enough time to make her way halfway down the corridor. What a great way to introduce yourself. For someone who's supposed to be popular, she certainly has a unique personality. Now that she's confirmed my suspicions, it's clear enough that there is something happening between Kyoko and Naomi. Despite having just met them both, it's more than concerning. It seems as if Naomi herself doesn't like Kyoko, so standing around and watching doesn't seem like the best idea. Then again, getting involved in it isn't the best one either. I didn't know that I'd have to put up with this after joining the science club, but if anyone is able to clear this up, it'd be Kyoko. I should probably talk to her about it. Making my way back to class, the glistening sunlight shines in the reflection from the polished floor below. She's not someone you should be involved with. These transitions are pretty dope, I ain't gonna lie. They do be looking pretty fresh though. The sound of small conversation made between the few students opting to remain in class greets me as I arrive through the doors. Peering across the room, my eyes move, looking around to see if I can catch a glimpse of Kyoko. To no avail though, she doesn't seem to be here. It'd be safe to say she's gone somewhere else for lunch. Maybe she went and got burger at McDonald's. Scents of various foods still linger in the air as people begin to pack up to start afternoon lessons. Time is now ticking away towards the end of lunch. Unfortunately, all good things end too soon.
Hey!
Oh, that surprised me. For the second time today, a hand grips my shoulder unexpectedly. Dude, I just want Naomi to strangle us to death. But not near death, not actual death. This one, however, daintier and light, comes from someone with the courtesy to speak up before spinning me around. Hey, Kyoko.
Hey! I was looking for you everywhere.
Okay, now her voice sounds more normal and not like dummy dumb. So, I don't know, maybe they just switched it up. We'll see. And why is that?
I wanted to make sure you were coming to the club after school.
I can hear it again. I expected as much. Of course I am. I did say I would. Kyoko pouts, almost displeased at my answer despite telling her what she wanted to hear.
How can you claim something without empirical evidence?
Empira what?
Facts!
As if to emphasize her point, her hands raise heartfully to her chest as she faces me with a smile. It's almost as if she's enthralled by the very concept of logic. I heard he's biracial. I span my head across the room to notice that her overabundant enthusiasm has caught the attention from many besides myself. Kyoko doesn't talk much to the rest of the class, so seeing her this gleeful must be an oddity for them in itself. Particularly since she's acting this way towards me. Until yesterday, I was virtually a stranger to her. The rumors didn't help her case either. Meeting her myself was a shock, but getting to know her even after a day has broken all the thoughts I once held.
I guess you did say you'd go.
She has no parallels to a person I'd call bad. That's right, class is starting anyway. So it's strange to think that someone like Naomi would have such an issue with her. I'm gonna take a little Wawa sip, especially during this transition phase. The clock's hands creep steadily towards the hour, almost as if in competition with our teacher's monotonous lecturing. It's safe to say I'm not the only one rooting for the clock to win. Sensei added to the encyclopedia. Interesting. We'll check out Sensei here. Boo. Sensei. Mr. Kimura. Mr. Kimura. Is your sensei. If you didn't know...
New studies available on Prolific.
New studies on Prolific, guys. If you didn't know, sensei is Japanese for teacher. Oh, that's surprising. This VN doesn't use honorifics or anything like that, though, so we angelicized the names for y'all. Fun fact, sensei can be translated as one who comes before. I guess that's interesting to know, right? I guess I'm a sensei in a sense, since I've come before, so that's pretty epic. On cue, the bell chimes away, cutting off Mr. Kimura's, Mr. K's sentence.
Class, I expect you all to catch up before next week.
That was unexpected. I thought we were gonna have to voice the non-female characters, but that was a pleasant surprise nonetheless.
You know you'll have a new teacher soon. don't expect him to cover what I've missed.
If we're lucky, he won't be as boring to listen to. Copying up within a week, though, is a bit of a stretch. Maybe I can try copying the answers from Kyoko, if she'd even let me. The class follows swiftly with the process of packing bags and rising from seats, everyone in a big-time rush to leave, whether that's for home or club activities. For me, it's now the latter. From across the room, Kyoko looks back with a twinkle in her eyes as she steadily lifts her small figure from her seat. Does she think I'm about to make a run for it? Trying it out would be pretty funny, but I don't want to hurt her feelings. Joining did mean a lot to her after all. Following suit with the rest of the class, I too now rise from my desk, heading to join Kyoko as she idles around, hers waiting for me to pass by.
Are you excited?
She's got a little three mouth going on. For what? I know exactly what. I just wanted to tease her.
For the club, silly.
Her emotions are made apparent through her actions, vividly enough. She's excited herself. After spending time alone as the only club member, I guess now that she has someone to join her, she can start to feel like there's someone who shares her interest. That the club is starting to take shape. Despite not having a clue about science, I don't have any qualms about joining her. I guess so. Particularly if Naomi has problems with her. From what I've seen, Kyoko seems to be being bullied by her. I don't want to allow that to happen. She joins me as the pair of us walk out of the room together, greeted by the vast corridor before us. Kyoko, taking light footsteps to my side, all the while keeping her lips firm in a smile as the warm light now shines against her features. If joining the club has caused the sight before me, maybe it wasn't such a bad idea to join. Transition. Together, we stand before the entrance of the science lab. The door, painted in a shade of off-white, clicks as Kyoko slides it to open to take the first step inside.
Welcome to the club.
You've already said that.
I just wanted to say it again.
Kyoko mocks me with a frown as she stands at the door, ushering me in. Aren't you supposed to have 5 members for a club anyway? As far as I'm aware, we only have 2.
I'm working on that. Who cares? It's not like they'll say anything.
I don't know who "they" is, but given Kyoko's reputation, even with the staff, she might actually be right. Beckoned by Kyoko, the science lab greets me as I now join her inside. Join her insides. Now that I'm here, perhaps I'll have a chance to talk to her about Naomi. It's something that's been bugging me. Rushing into that isn't my priority. I'll leave Kyoko to get along with science. She's already started to fish equipment out from nearby cupboards, neatly placing them on the workbench before her.
Bunsen burner, check. Tripod and gauze, check. Hydrochloric acid, check.
She stays strapped with that HCl. Hydrochloric acid? Just what sort of experiment are you doing?
The experiment we're doing. And it's fine. It only has a pH of like 3 anyway.
As if we don't know what pH is, let's go to the... This is such weird things to add to the encyclopedia of ours. Scale used in chemistry, 1 to base. If you base, you cool. Alright, cool. Yeah. I don't even know what a pH is. That is false. She continues setting up hour experiment, intently studying each item she pulls from the cupboards and drawers. I guess she's really into this. Her lab coat flaps around as she quickly passes to and from areas around the room to fetch these bits and bobs she needs. Show bobs. And vegan. I can't even remember when she even put it on. It does suit her though. The now evening sunlight shines through the room, causing the strands of Kyoko's hair to glisten as I continue watching her. Despite not doing much, I'm actually finding this kind of fun. What? Kyoko's cries from across the room startled me, given that she's been almost silent for the last few minutes.
I'm out of fennel.
You don't need to go into it. Honestly, I wouldn't have a clue what it was, even if she did say it.
I'll have to get some more tomorrow, but we can't do the experiment without it.
Truly, that's a shame. No longer having the chance to see the smartest girl in school working here before me. Even I can find this stuff interesting if given the opportunity to get into it. Well, what now? I don't feel like going home yet, and from the look on her face, neither does she. Cutting short our first real club meeting would just make her feel sad. That in turn wouldn't make me feel any better.
I guess we can just talk.
Talking's nice. She doesn't seem to know what to do then. Talking with her wouldn't be a bad idea though. Ever since earlier, even yesterday to an extent, the issue of Naomi has been bugging me. The entire topic might not be something she'd want to go into, but standing by and ignoring the issue isn't the best option either. It hurt me to see her upset. This seems like a great place to stop the episode. I know, I'm a little cock tease. I gotta do it to you. I am curious about their relationship, but I don't want to be insensitive at the same time. But then again, I'm interested in Naomi, so I'll probably pick that one. But who knows? We don't know what's gonna happen in episode 4 next time. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you had not already. And as always, help me find a girlfriend. And bye-bye.